During my 2-year tenure, I want to show the country what comics really are, what they can do, where they've appeared, the diversity of their genre, their styles and their appeal. I also want to renew children's love of reading for pleasure. Okay, it was a Thor comic. I was staying with my father in Abersock, and he bribed me to go and get the papers every morning. My reward would be enough money to buy a comic. And when you're young and you've only got 3 or 4 comics, which I had that holiday, you just read them over and over again. So yes, it's in tatters. Still got it. I was a reluctant reader. I mean, I'm proof of the pudding that you can renew your love of reading for pleasure through comics. I knew how to read, I just didn't want to. And my mum got me into comics. And ever since then, I have lapped up their pictures and soaked in their words. Bad Machinery by John Allison, I recommend for all ages. It's comedy, detective sleuthing, involving school children who start off being 12 or so and end up being 16. It's riotously funny with an element of magic realism. People have asked me who's my favourite hero in comics. I think they want me to name a superhero. I don't have one because characters are only as good or as bad as the writers who are writing them and the artists who are drawing them. But Congressman John Lewis has written a comic. It's called March. It's a trilogy, and he stars in it. So he is my hero in comics. There is no different. The medium is still comics. A graphic novel is sometimes used to describe a very long comic with a spine. If I had, then I would do it privately and under a pseudonym. Oh my gosh, so many. Sarah McIntyre, Posey Simmons, Roberta Gregory, Charlotte Christensen. I'm afraid I couldn't tell you who my favourite is because I have so many favourite female creators. It's definitely a medium which is co-created. I know a lot of the artists who do some of the writing, and a lot of the writers who are surprisingly actually behind the scenes artists as well. I don't know who comes away with most of the credit, but there shouldn't be one more than the other. And there is a fight now to get the colorists equal credit, and indeed the letterers, etc. Words are representative. They're representative of thoughts, ideas, and they're brilliant. I love words, but images are very, very direct. They're universal. And there are so many different ways you can control and manipulate the images for various different effects, and so indeed manipulate and control readers and how they read a comic. Yes, I definitely have my own comic collection. There are some choice prize pieces in there. Have I run out of room? I did run out of room, so I created a shop to store them in. Idea. Style is, of course, important to me. The ideas behind the style are far more important to me, and the ideas behind the comics are far more important to me. Style is something you then add on top. I've always said that the best comics are those created by people with something to say and the skill with which to say it. The industries are dominated by the superhero, and they have been for many, many years, and I have nothing against the superhero at all, except the way it has suffocated all the other genre over the last 70, 80 years, to the extent that most people in America and Britain don't know that there are other comics. I absolutely do, and my first piece of advice is start. There are way too many people, whatever the endeavour they're thinking of, who don't think they're good enough yet. Well, you'll only become good after you start practicing. Start creating now, because comics is a very affordable medium. It can be as simple as this. You get home after something amused you or irritated or made you angry about the day, and you want to write a story about it. You'll need some paper and a pencil or pen. You could bring it into school, get it scanned and printed out multiple times, hand it out to your friends. We need new voices in comics. We desperately need new people with new things to say, who've got new perspectives, who've walked completely different lives. Comics is an overwhelmingly white middle-class affair when it comes to the creator. On the whole, there aren't enough people yet who are black or from Asian or other minority ethnic backgrounds. We need new perspectives, otherwise we're not going to learn. So my advice would be absolutely start now. If you don't like what you've just done, scrub it up, throw it in the bin, do another one. You've only wasted a piece of paper.